Let's say on a conscious level, you are totally aware of which foods are healthy for you and which foods are not so healthy. Like, you know you should be eating more vegetables, you know you need to be eating less sugar, more lean protein, less fast food. Okay, like, duh, you know this, but how come when push comes to shove and you're out there in the real world, you can't seem to apply this knowledge to your actual eating decisions, right? Or at least not for very long. Maybe you can do it for like a week, 2 weeks, even a month, but you always seem to revert back to old bad habits. Why is this? Part of Megan and I's jobs as registered dietitians is not just educating people on what healthy eating is, because we understand a lot of you guys do your own research and you listen to your body and you have a good understanding of what works for you. Part of our job is to help you figure out, okay, how do you actually apply this knowledge, this understanding to your real life? How do you follow through, make the changes, and stick with them long term so that you actually see results? And we find that there's a lot of reasons, and many times there's more than one reason for a specific individual. But I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why people can't stick to healthy eating goals for the long haul, so you can see if these may apply to you. Number 1, you don't have a system. You don't have a system that's setting you up for success. A lot of people are so focused on goals, but they never take the time to actually plan or map out how they're going to reach this goal. Let's say your goal is to eat dinner at home more often and cook at home, but you don't have a blueprint to help you do so. Instead of focusing on, I have a goal to eat at home more often, decide to create a system to help you eat at home more often. This could be meal planning while you watch TV on Sunday afternoon, or packing your lunch as you clean up dinner. It's a system that helps you reach the goal. There's a difference. The second thing we see is pretty common in perfectionists and overachievers. You think a meal or a day or a recipe has to be perfect. Okay, we all know that perfect doesn't exist, but here's the problem. A lot of the people who are overachievers or who have tried to change their diet in the past have followed fad diets. And these fad diets have very conflicting rules and restrictions about what a perfect meal looks like. I mean, one diet says low fat, the other one says low carb, the other one says no dairy, another one says avoid anything with chocolate, right? So it's like, what do you eat? It gets so confusing and overwhelming. And when we're overwhelmed, we do nothing. Oftentimes, using these old diet rules can be a subconscious excuse to not even change at all. It's a way for you to stay the same. So let go of being perfect and just focus on changing 1 or 2 components of a meal at a time to make it healthier. In a similar vein, the third thought process we see that really holds people back from making long-term changes is that all or nothing mindset. Either they're on a diet or they're off a diet. Guys, diets don't work for the long term, so just knock it off. Don't go on any diets. Focus on changing your diet instead of following somebody else's idea of what a diet should look like. So whether your changes are related to portion control, the types of food you're eating, the patterns of what you're eating, nutrient timing, just pick 1 or 2 things to give a little TLC to without following some black and white diet. Once that change becomes habitual, build on it and add on change. And the perk of that is you start to build confidence in your ability to make changes. So the world becomes your oyster and you can really follow through and see those results you've been chasing.